In this video, we're diving into the fascinating world of countries that have changed their names. Ever wondered why a nation would take such a bold step? Let's uncover the intriguing stories and reasons behind these remarkable transformations. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for more amazing content. Ready? Let's get started. 28. In 1935, the Persian government asked the world to start calling their country Iran instead of Persia. Why? To highlight its native identity and proud Aryan heritage. This bold move was part of Shah Pahlavi's sweeping reforms to modernize and strengthen the nation's image on the global stage. 27. In 1939, Siam transformed into Thailand, meaning land of the free, to proudly showcase its independence and modern spirit. Interestingly, the name switched back to Siam for a short time from 1945 to 1949 before Thailand reclaimed its place, reflecting the nation's enduring freedom and progress. 26. Ethiopia, once called Abyssinia, reclaimed its independence from Italian rule in 1941. The name change was more than symbolic. It marked the end of colonial influence. Ethiopia proudly chose its native name, distancing itself from Abyssinia, a term given by outsiders to embrace its true identity and heritage. 25. Taiwan, once called Formosa, officially adopted its name after the Chinese Civil War in 1949, when the nationalist government moved there. The name Taiwan wasn't new. It was the name used by the island's indigenous people, reflecting their heritage and identity. This marked a new chapter in the island's history. 24. After World War II in 1945, Indonesia broke free from Dutch colonial rule and declared independence. Shedding the name Dutch East Indies, the nation chose Indonesia, meaning Indian Islands, to reflect its proud identity and unique geography. This change marked the start of a new era for the island nation. 23. In 1957, the Gold Coast gained independence from British rule and proudly became Ghana, named after the ancient Ghana Empire. This new name symbolized a return to African roots and celebrated a rich heritage, marking the nation's fresh start as a free and proud African country. 22. In 1960, Mali proudly gained independence and chose its name to honor the historic Mali Empire, reconnecting with its rich pre-colonial heritage. Before this, it was called French Sudan under colonial rule. The name change symbolized freedom and a return to the country's African roots, marking a new chapter in its history. 21. When the nation gained independence in 1964, Nyasaland became Malawi, a name rooted in the ancient term Maravi, used by the Nyanja people. Malawi means flaming water, likely inspired by the stunning sight of the sun reflecting off the waters of Lake Malawi, symbolizing the nation's vibrant identity and beauty. 20. In 1964, Tanganyika and the Zanzibar archipelago united to form Tanzania, blending their names to create a new identity. While the name Zanzibar was replaced, the region still holds a special status as a semi-autonomous part of Tanzania, maintaining its unique culture and history within the larger nation. 19. When Lesotho gained independence in 1966, it adopted its new name, which means Land of the Sotho Speakers, replacing the old name, Basutoland. This name honors the country's ethnic majority, the Sotho people, and symbolizes its newfound sovereignty and pride as an independent nation. 18. In 1966, after gaining independence, Bechuanaland became Botswana, meaning Land of the Tswana. The new name honors the country's largest ethnic group, the Tswana people, symbolizing both the nation's heritage and its journey towards independence and unity. 17. In 1971, after a fierce war for independence, East Pakistan became Bangladesh, meaning Country of Bengal in Bengali. The new name celebrated its unique identity and history, marking the birth of a free nation separate from Pakistan. 16. In 1972, Sri Lanka, meaning resplendent land in Sanskrit, replaced the colonial name Ceylon as it became a republic, marking a fresh start and leaving behind the remnants of its colonial history. 15. In 1973, the country renamed itself Belize, inspired by the Belize River as part of its journey to independence. Before that, it was known as British Honduras under colonial rule. 14. In 1975, Dahomey became Benin to break free from its colonial history. The new name honored the powerful ancient kingdom of Benin, symbolizing a return to the nation's rich heritage and cultural pride. 13. When Tuvalu gained independence from British rule in 1978, it replaced the name Ellis Islands. The new name, meaning 8 standing together, honors the country's 8 traditionally inhabited islands united as one nation. 12. In 1979, the Gilbert Islands became Kiribati, reflecting the local way of saying Gilberts and marking a return to the country's native roots. The new name symbolized a fresh identity after gaining independence. 11. In 1980, Zimbabwe, named after an ancient city, replaced Rhodesia to mark its independence from colonial rule. This name change represented a fresh national identity, leaving behind its colonial past and embracing a proud new future. 10. In 1980, Vanuatu, meaning our land forever in several local languages, became the nation's name after gaining independence. It symbolized unity and a strong national identity, replacing the colonial name New Hebrides. 9. In 1984, Upper Volta became Burkina Faso, meaning land of honest men. Led by President Thomas Sankara, this change aimed to inspire pride and unity while breaking away from colonial history. The name combines words from the Moor and Dayula languages. 8. In 1989, after the end of the Cambodian-Vietnamese War and the withdrawal of Vietnamese forces, Cambodia returned to its ancient name. Before this, it was known as Kampuchea, marking a step toward restoring its true identity. 7. In 1989, Burma's military government changed the country's name to Myanmar, moving away from colonial-era labels. This shift was meant to reflect the nation's ethnic diversity and embrace a name that felt more inclusive and true to its heritage. 6. In 1991, after the Soviet Union dissolved, the country was renamed Russia, marking a shift from a socialist state to a federation. This change symbolized the end of the Cold War and a return to Russia's historic identity. 5. In 1992, after the breakup of Yugoslavia, Serbia declared independence, signaling the end of the Yugoslav Federation. This move marked a significant shift as Serbia embraced its new identity as a separate and sovereign nation. 4. In 1997, after the fall of Mobutu Sese Seko's regime, Zaire was renamed Congo, returning to its pre-1971 identity. This change aimed to erase the memories of his dictatorship and help the country start fresh. 3. In 2018, during the 50th anniversary of Swazi independence, the king renamed Swaziland to Eswatini, meaning land of the Swazis. This change was a way to strengthen the country's national identity and honor its rich cultural heritage. 2. In 2019, North Macedonia was chosen as the country's new name, settling a long-standing dispute with Greece, which also has a region called Macedonia. This agreement paved the way for North Macedonia to join the EU and NATO. 1. In 2021, Turkey officially changed its international name to Turkiya, reflecting its national identity. This move aimed to encourage the use of the name as pronounced and spelled in Turkish, strengthening its cultural and linguistic significance globally. That wraps up our exploration of countries that changed their names. We hope you found it interesting. Stay tuned for more fascinating videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.